Well, I just need to know.
Okay, yeah, go take it.
No, I'm not going to take it. How much do you
26.
have? Okay. This lady from that shelter,
Uh-huh.
I called them back and said, she hadn't called me. And they said, well, she's busy. But call Hope for the Homeless. And I said, since when the children who are tall, that are homeless, not have the right to stay at a homeless shelter? So this woman, hemmed and hawed with me. She told me to call Hope for the Homeless. That's just a referral center. All they do is give you the names that are on that list of paper that I've already got. Rescue Mission, Salvation Army, Grace House, Taylor House. Grace House is for mentally ill people, but they don't always take mentally ill. Anyway, I told them I was going to sue them. They hung up on me, and I called the police. While I was on the line with the cops, then she called me back saying, you said you're going to sue me? I said, oh, yes, ma'am. That's discrimination. You can't discriminate against a child because he's tall. He's homeless. She said, well, I don't take kids over age 12. I have sometimes taken them, like 16-year-old, but only if they're small. If they're physically small. And she told me, you can try Providence House. They don't take kids over 12 either, but sometimes they do. So they're trying to separate me from you. I told her, I know that's not true, but I know people who have stayed at Providence House. They have kids that are taller than my son is. Who do you think you're kidding, lady? And she told me, I was going to make an exception this one time, but your attitude is so bad. You're not going to get no help from anywhere. And so I called the police back, and I was like, gee golly whiz. I almost get rentals, and then people just out of the blue come up with bullshit reasons not to rent to me. Yeah, and even the people they're already renting to tell me that they're bullshit reasons. Gee golly whiz. Huh. And this guy called me today, sweet talking me and stuff, for 37 minutes. I finally hung up on him. He wanted prostitute, is what I think he wanted. Call girl. And, I told him I wasn't interested. I told him it was some kind of joke or something. And I called the cops. I said, you know what? I have a full-time job. I'm not a prostitute. I'm not a whore. I've never done drugs a day in my life. And I don't know who the cop is that's behind this, but you tell Double O dumb fuck. And they told me I had to report it. I told them it was. She said, well, Lance, you're going to use language like that, I said, oh, ma'am, you tell this asshole, Double O dumb fuck. Yeah, so I went and got that paperwork finished for those apartments up on North Market. If we go there, we're not going to have two pennies to rub together. unless they'll make some child support payments, but he only made $31 payment on his last check. So I don't know if that's going to drop off the map and be gone. If we go there, we won't be able to pay my car insurance or storage fees. This guy that we talked to, that we stayed at last night, is telling me, I called him, and he said that he talked to Paul, the landlord, and it was going to take a couple of days, and that he himself needed a couple hours to sort things through or something, to figure things out, I think is what he said. He said we might could do the same thing we did last night for a couple of days. So I'm guessing the landlord didn't even know he let us stay there. And he said the landlord wanted to wait and see if the guy who was supposed to move in Friday is going to move in. Well, I think it's pretty much fucking Wednesday now. If he hadn't called and you haven't heard from him, he's not going to move in. Right? That's easy enough to tell, isn't it? You want some food?
I'm fine.
So, I don't know what his game is, but he said he needed a couple of hours to figure things out. So I don't know what's going on there. Somebody's ass is in the wind at that apartment. He said he was going to move in with Royce, the guy that broke his leg. After they left this morning, he came out of that living room, phone rang 3 times and then it hung up. And he came in the living room. He was only using one crutch. He was getting around fine, so I'm guessing little Miss Fang is hanging her ass on the fucking couch. She must be homeless. Oh, here's your medicine.
Oh, yeah.
Those apartments, they told me that my income was too low, so I gave her access to the website for my child support. Guy ratted me out when I was walking out of the office. He said, "There's a cat in your back seat of your vehicle." And the property manager was right there. Their pet deposit was $300. So she's supposed to call me back by the end of the day.
You literally just said that there's a cat in your vehicle.
Yeah, yeah. It's a black guy that lived there. So we don't have a place to stay again tonight.
Oh, boy. Well, I haven't seen that cold.
Yeah, I started thinking about that too.
It doesn't seem that cold, but it was last night.
Everything all right at school?
Oh, yeah.
This is not difficult for me. So they put a stop sign right there. be behind Drew